I will just quickly just say, in terms of what the city is doing, as I mentioned at the beginning, I know this is for Tom, but I work in multiple communities. I have programs in Sonoma, majority of them are Sonoma. I have programs in Napa, and I have programs in Humboldt. In no other program, other areas, and in no other communities I work in have I seen such an active city council. They have really, really taken this on as a personal issue for many of them, and the amount of time, effort, and actual funding they've put towards this is just eons above where everyone else is. It's a complex, huge issue that is not gonna, we didn't get ourselves into overnight, and it's not gonna happen, the solutions aren't gonna happen overnight. And again, as I mentioned earlier, Tom personally has put so much time into this. I want to share his calendar because we have like 20 hours worth of meetings together this week. He's literally putting in his personal time. His time is, where he was retired, to make this a top issue for the community. And so I am very proud to live in Santa Rosa because of how much time and effort they are putting into it. And I am just appreciative of it. So.
So to go to the question of kicking the can down the road, and again, I just have to go back to the gang prevention work that I've experienced, because that's what it was before. Police fix this problem. Sorry, can't do it. Fix this homeless problem. Sorry, can't do it. It takes an entire community. Because again, if you get back and actually understand the system and why people become homeless, what role does the city have? And it's interesting if someone was using that term, kicking the can down. This is, like I mentioned earlier, new for the city. 10 years ago, they'd be pointing the finger at the county. They're social services. They're getting the money from all these federal entities, not the cities. And it was actually interesting changing that paradigm. When we started forming the Homeless Collective to take a comprehensive collective impact strategy to deal with this issue, I drew the short straw and got to have the first contact with our city manager to kind of broach this idea out there. And it was interesting because one of his comments was, well, you should be asking the county. They're getting all this money, and if the city of Santa Rosa has half the homeless population, shouldn't half the funding that the county is getting for homeless services be going to the city of Santa Rosa? I said, okay, I appreciate your feedback. And also with our Homeless Collective, we're doing this on a shoestring. We don't have any, although people are now engaged, it's not supported by staff. And he shared that with me because we got a lot of other things going on in the city. And I'm like, I'm good with that, I just need to know the parameters, because we started the conversation is that no one can tell me what to do. But it was one of those that we can do it. Any of you could have done what we started here too. And I always look at, do you want to be an active participant in the community or a passive observer? And there's a lot of passive observers that point fingers. And so what we're trying to do is create this whole new system. We're not kicking the can down the road, we're asking for some help. And if someone had a solution that if the city would only do this, homelessness will go away. Man, give me that magic, whatever that is, I'm all ears. But no, you have to be out there and kind of understand that. How many of you are familiar with the Family Justice Center? So the Family Justice Center, when I was in sex crimes, domestic violence, the laws were changing where before, when I first started as a police officer, cops would go there, male, female fighting, even if there were injuries, you ask one party, do you want anything to do with it? Do you want anything done? No. Do you want anything done? No. What would the police say? Okay, if we have to come back, someone's going to jail. Well, then the legislature changed that because people were dying, mandated arrest. And now in this community, we started gathering all the service providers. Before we had the Family Justice Center, a domestic violence victim would have to go up to like 19, 20 different entities to get the services they need. Well, we flipped that. Now you go to the Family Justice Center, and it's basically customer-centric. All the services are there. And what my hope is, and this is in response to the kicking the can down, why don't we flip that for the homeless? Instead of looking at it, what's real easy for the city of Santa Rosa to do, or Catholic Charities, what would be the best interest of the person who's experiencing homeless? How can we make it more efficient for them versus us thinking, well, it's got to be about we're the city or the county or Catholic Charities. Let's flip it. So we're starting to have that conversation. So I really challenge that kicking the can down, man. We're actively engaged in this.